Alrighty. Hey everyone, happy Thursday. So today is going to be our last lesson for the week since tomorrow is a bad weather makeup day. We don't have any lessons for tomorrow. So we're going to cruise on through lesson 4, building on our 2D shape knowledge. So let's go ahead and we will move on into our PowerPoint. I hope you guys were able to do some fluency with Ms. Buford already. So we are going to go ahead, and our objective for the day is that I can create, everyone say composite shapes from two-dimensional shapes. So composite shapes is a really big word for saying we're going to put a bunch of smaller shapes together to make new shapes. Okay, so we're going to get to build with some of our shapes today. Unfortunately, I don't know, most of you probably don't have shapes there with you, but I'm going to be able to build some for you, and we're going to look at them, and if you're able to just draw some shapes, that will be helpful for you as well. Okay, so I want us to, for the next few days, we're going to be using our pattern blocks to create and learn more about our shapes. So I'm going to go ahead and show you and create some new things since you guys can't. I'm going to take a couple minutes to explore the kinds of shapes you can make using the materials that I have. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the screen down to my little whiteboard down here. And I'm going to take, well, this, I don't have my hexagon, right? So I can take my hexagon, I can put my triangles on it, or I can put some rhombuses on it. This is a rhombus. I can create this. I can make some pretty cool things with some smaller shapes and make composite shapes with them, right? I can go like this. Oh, this one can go in here. Huh. I could throw some triangles on here. I can make some very interesting things. Or I could put them together and use two triangles to make a rhombus now. I could put two squares together to make a rectangle, right? So I can put shapes together to make larger shapes. I can put them together to make shapes that we already know the names of. So it's all going to depend on what you're asked to do to put together and get creative. And I'm going to show you some different ways that we can make different shapes, okay? So these are going to be helpful for us later as we move on, okay? So what I'm going to look at is looking at my PowerPoint. Let's see what it wants us to do next. So what we're going to do is, let's talk about what shapes these are here, okay? Well, we know, let's go ahead and I'm going to label mine, okay? So I know right here, it has 3 sides and 3 corners. This is a triangle. I know the one right next to it was right here, 4 sides. They're all equal length, but they're not square corners. So this is a rhombus. Now I know over here, I have, what is this shape called? What's that shape? We haven't really talked about it yet, have we? Let's see. It is called a, say it if you know it. This is also a rhombus, or we could call it a parallelogram. That's a parallelogram, okay? It has 2 sets of parallel lines. It is not a square because they're not square corners. It's not a rectangle, it's not square corners, but there are 2 sets of parallel or equal distance apart lines, okay? Down here, we know this one. This one is a hexagon because it has 6 sides. We have a trapezoid, right? So our trapezoid has 4 sides. They're not all the same length and they're not square corners. And then over here we have a, oh gosh, what are all the names for this one? Ready? Square, rectangle, and a rhombus. Okay, so these are all the shapes that our pattern blocks come in. Do we have any rectangles? Well, we do, but not one that's only called a rectangle, right? So how can we make a rectangle? Well, like I showed you before, remember, we can put two squares together to make a rectangle, right? So we can create these and we can make composite shapes. What kind of shapes? Composite shapes from these, 6 shapes that we already have, okay? So we are going to we made a larger rectangle using our squares. So I'm going to record all the composite shapes that we can make, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my screen down here, make this a little bit bigger, and then I'm going to show you my whiteboard. And that way we can just put all of our composite shapes right down here, okay? So let me get rid of the ones that I already showed you. I did already tell you that I made 2 composite shapes, right? I made a rhombus out of 2 triangles, and I made a rectangle out of 2 triangles, or 2 squares, sorry. So I'm wondering, I have this hexagon. I think I can use some rhombuses. Let's see. I put a rhombus here, put a rhombus here. No, not quite like that. Let me put this like this. Let me put it on top of it and see if I can do it. This, and this. Oh, there we go. So I can use 3 rhombuses to make a hexagon now. I'm going to try and make another one. I think I can use my, wait a minute, I could use trapezoids. 1 trapezoid and 2 trapezoids to make a hexagon. And there's one more that I think is pretty cool. It's one of my favorites. Let me move my rectangle over. So I could use, here's my hexagon again. I can use triangles to make a hexagon. Look, kind of like slices of pizza when you put it in there, right? Well, right now, wait a minute. I take this. I use triangles to make a trapezoid, but I still need to do it. Use all my triangles to finish this hexagon, okay? So here are all of my, oops. My slices are falling apart on me. There we go. Like this. There we go. So I can use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 triangles to make a hexagon too. So these are some of the composite shapes and different shapes I can put together. I made a lot of hexagons, but I can also make trapezoids. I can make rhombuses. I can make rectangles. So there's a lot of different composite shapes that we can put together to make new ones, okay? So if you can draw different shapes to put together, awesome. So draw some different shapes, make some new shapes, get creative, start doing some drawing, okay? So let me make myself a little smaller. Bear with me, this technology is a lot harder than just doing it in person. So, and I wish you guys were able to use the shapes with me, but I know you guys can be problem solvers and get creative to how you can make some shapes, okay? So let's see. I took out the hexagon. Move all your blocks to one side and take out the hexagon. I did that. And I already did this. I got ahead of us. So remember, I used my trapezoids to make a hexagon. I used triangles to make a hexagon, and I used rhombuses to make those hexagons, right? You can see them in my screen in the corner now. So I was able to use 3 different shapes to make a hexagon. Pretty cool. So now if I move all my blocks to the side again, and I just take out my squares, I want you to picture in your brain or draw it in paper in front of you and be able to show me with what, 6 squares? Make a rectangle with 2 rows. So rows, remember, are like side to side rows, go this way. So put 2 rows of how you can make a rectangle. Let me make my stuff bigger again, and I'll show you what I do. Okay, so go down here. I already have 2 on here. I can get 2 more, 4 more. Sorry, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I need another row. 1, 2, and 3. All 6 of them together make a, oops, make sure they're pushed all together, a rectangle. So I can use squares to make one giant rectangle. That's what kind of shape? When we put the shapes together, it's called a composite shape. Awesome. So we did that one together. So what we're going to do is we are going to look at what they made for us. Now, if you look at this, how many smaller shapes can you see? Let's see. I'm sorry, how many squares can you see? I can see 1. Oops, I got a little big on that one. And 2, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 squares that are already the small ones in there. But there's only the 1, 2 bigger squares that we were able to make, right? Because squares have 2 sets, or all of the sides are equal length, right? Awesome. So what I would like for you guys to do today is you guys can get creative and you can draw them out. You can use 3 triangles to make a trapezoid. Remember, this is a trapezoid. You can pause it and make it. You can use 4 squares to make a larger square, like we did. Pause it if you need more time. You can use 6 triangles to make a hexagon like I did, kind of like that little pizza, right? So draw it out. It's okay if your drawings aren't perfect. Just try your best. You can use 1 trapezoid and 1 rhombus and a triangle to make a hexagon, right? So get creative, think about it, and think about what you're doing as you draw to see if you are able to make some of these composite shapes, okay? I want you guys to be able to make some creative things, go outside with chalk if you can, do anything that you want to do to work with our shapes and work on being able to name them, okay? So I will see you guys next week. Have a great 3-day weekend, and feel free to send me anything that you're doing that's fun, and please stay safe and healthy.